welcome back. So today, you know the saying, don't just take it lightly, let's give it a minute. This isn't just another episode of our podcast, though. It's a big shift, y'all. I'm MJ, and before we dive in, I want to tell you something a lot of people avoid hearing. When life's emotions and thoughts mess with your decision-making, well, you're not in control of your life. You're on autopilot. And for anybody who's still in control of their life, they've probably got a mindset that's not all that great. Guess what? You don't have to let your mind or emotions control everything around you. Imagine someone who's not afraid to be their true self, who wakes up fully focused and in control, who makes decisions based on logic, not whimsy, who has peace in their mind and great clarity. Let me ask you another question. Who decides what's best for you, really? It's not your emotions. It's you. This episode is all about 15 mind shifts that help you control your mind instead of letting it be controlled by it. Now, there's something else I want to tell you. If your aim is to boost your confidence in both your mind and your voice, you gotta check out another video I made. It's called Speak English Without Fear. It's all about breaking down any fear of speaking English and finding natural confidence. It can be found below. Just click on it. Well, that's about it for today's mission. It's about taking things much deeper. 15 mind shifts that will help you become in charge of your mind, not your feelings. There is something inside you who wished for strength and peace. What about clarity? So let me ask you another question, and I hope you take it seriously. When life presents you with something, who is in charge, you or your emotions? After listening to this whole episode, you'll begin developing emotional discipline and inner calm. You'll also gain mental strength. And here's the cherry on top. As you learn this information in English, the language will improve without you even doing anything special. Because when learning connects with emotion, it becomes permanent. So don't just listen to the content. Engage with it. Reflect on it. Let these words come from your heart. This might be the perfect moment for your mindset to change. So let's begin. Here's something most people never realize. Pain doesn't stay because it's strong. It stays because it's rehearsed. When you repeat the same painful memory again and again, your brain strengthens it. Thought becomes emotion. Emotion becomes identity. Identity becomes habit. You wake up heavy. You sleep with tension. You expect a disappointment. But pause for a moment. Why do we keep reopening the darkest pages of our story? Why not turn to the chapters that prove our strength? Think carefully. Yes, maybe you failed. Maybe someone left. Maybe you were misunderstood. But also, maybe you survived. Maybe you stood up alone. Maybe you continued when quitting felt easier. Maybe you smiled when your heart was breaking. That is power. Imagine you failed an exam 3 years ago. That memory still stings. But what about the version of you who tried again? The version who refused to disappear? The version who learned? That version deserves attention. The event is fixed, but your focus is flexible. You are not the wound. You are the healing. From today, say this and mean it. I refuse to rehearse my pain. I choose to remember my strength. That decision alone shifts your mind from victim to warrior. The voice inside you is writing your future. There's a conversation happening inside your head every single day. And that conversation is shaping your destiny. If you don't consciously guide that voice, the world will do it for you. Let me explain this in a simple way. Think of your mind as a device. Your daily thoughts are like applications you download. But most people don't choose their own apps. They install other people's opinions. A teacher once said, "You're average." A relative once said, "You can't do that." Social media whispers, "You're behind." Society repeats, "You're not enough." And slowly, the mind accepts it. Internal dialogue becomes belief. Belief becomes behavior. Behavior becomes reality. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'm unlucky," "I mess everything up," "I'm not talented," your brain will start searching for evidence to prove it true, even when it isn't. But here's the breakthrough. You can redesign your internal language. You can install new mental software. Start small. I remain steadfast in even the most chaotic times. I respond thoughtfully, not impulsively. I grow through challenges and discomfort. I can handle uncomfortable situations calmly. Stand in front of a mirror and say these words. It may feel awkward, but repetition rewires your belief system. Your brain pays attention to repeated messages. It builds around them, making you stronger. So, don't suppress emotions. Decode them. Face your emotions. Rather than hiding from them, ask, what is feeling unfair? Why does this emotion deeply impact me? It might not be about the moment. Emotions are signals seeking importance. Instead of fighting emotions, learn to curiosity. If you feel angry, ask, what exactly feels unfair? Why did this emotion affect me so deeply? Emotions aren't enemies. They are notifications. Acknowledge them. Why am I feeling this way? By naming emotions, you minimize their power. Instead of saying, I'm overwhelmed, say, I'm anxious because I'm unprepared. Now you have direction. Emotional mastery isn't about eliminating feelings. It's about understanding them. When you comprehend, you choose your response. And that's freedom. Freedom to stay calm. Freedom to set boundaries. Freedom to grow. If you truly want to master your mind, you must become selective about your surroundings. Let me ask you something simple. Can a healthy plant grow in polluted soil? It doesn't matter how strong the seed is. If the soil is toxic, growth becomes difficult. Your mind works the same way. You might be disciplined, you might be motivated, you might be trying to improve, but if the voices around you are constantly negative, doubtful, and fearful, your mental strength slowly weakens. Good company lifts you without effort. Toxic company drains you without warning. Some people speak about possibilities. Others speak only about problems. Some discuss solutions. Others recycle complaints. And here's the dangerous part. Negativity spreads quietly. The human mind absorbs energy like a sponge absorbs water. You may think I'm strong. It doesn't affect me, but repeated exposure changes thinking patterns. Imagine this. You wake up early. You work on your goals. You push yourself to improve. But a close friend keeps saying, what's the point? Nothing ever changes. Life is unfair. Stop trying so hard. At first, you ignore it. But after hearing it again and again, doubt enters. Your confidence doesn't break loudly. It cracks silently. And one day, you realize your ambition feels smaller. Not because you lacked ability, but because you were surrounded by discouragement. Now imagine the opposite. Friends who say, you're improving. Keep going. This is just a phase. You're capable. Even on your worst day, their belief strengthens yours. Energy matters. Negative people act like slow poison. Supportive people act like fuel. You don't need to argue with toxic individuals. You don't need dramatic exits. Simply reduce exposure. Increase time with people or content that promotes growth. Yes, even books count. Even podcasts. Even online communities. Because here's a powerful truth. You slowly become similar to the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Your life is shaping the future, even if you don't realize it. So focus on one thing at a time. Now let's chat about something that ruins your mental peace. Doing things in parallel. Our lives tell us to do it. Studying while checking your phone. Watching a video and replying to messages. Work and thinking about what comes next. Eating mid-scroll. Your brain moves from one job to another like a monkey. And when the day is over, you feel full but unproductive. So here's the truth. Parallel tasks don't make you better. They make you stressed. They lose focus. They give the impression that you're making progress, but there's no real results. Think about this scenario. You sit down to study for an exam, but every few minutes, you open your phone. You reply to a message. You think about other plans. You feel worried about something incomplete. 2 hours pass. You've only finished one part of the topic. Now you're feeling tired, annoyed, and guilty. Not because you put in a lot of effort, but because your mind was scattered. Now think about how to do it differently. Put your phone somewhere else. Close whatever you don't need. Tell yourself, for the next hour, only this is the thing that matters. No distractions. No parallel tasks. No switching around. Just one task. A strong one. Your mind becomes steady. Your thoughts slow down. Your energy focuses on one direction. Focus becomes intense. And intensity brings you results. When light is spread everywhere, it's not powerful. But when it focuses, it becomes powerful. Your mind works the same way. One task, one goal that you commit to. Only one thing at a time. This isn't just about working harder. It's about being in control of your emotions. Because scattered attention creates scattered emotions. Focused attention brings inner calm. Train your mind to stay with one thing full of focus, and you'll see something wonderful. Less stress, more clarity, better results. We're creating layers right now. Environment, focus, emotional awareness, self-talk, memory control.
Now picture this moment intensely. You sat down and made a simple affirmation to yourself. For the next hour and beyond, everything that exists else is just an illusion. You inhaled slowly. You released all distractions. You devoted your full attention to the subject matter. Something profoundly changed. Your thoughts completely quieted. Your mind settled into a state of serenity. You genuinely comprehended what you were studying, and as that hour drew to a close, you didn't experience any sense of exhaustion. Instead, you felt filled with self-confidence, calm and at peace, in full control of yourself. Allow me to share a truth that is often overlooked by many. One entire hour of focused concentration is more valuable than the equivalent of 5 hours of scattered effort and anxiety. The act of being busy is not the same as demonstrating productivity. Accelerating progress truly comes from being present. There is a straightforward method to hone this skill. This is called the one thing rule. Set a timer for 25 or 50 minutes. Select a single task to focus on. Commit completely and purposefully. No devices or distractions. When the timer rang out, you took a brief break and acknowledged your dedication. Reward yourself with a small victory after each session. This cultivates your brain to associate focus with reward. As time continues, concentration becomes an innate part of your life. Reflect on this fundamental principle. Where your attention dwells, energy is attracted. Carefully direct your focus, because that's where your life is being constructed. Question the voice that doubts you. Your largest challenge lies within yourself. It resides within your mind. It's the inner voice that says, "You are not prepared. You'll disappoint those around you. You could do better. You always mess up." Many individuals treat these statements as true truths. However, they are not genuine lessons. These are mental events that are merely created by your brain. Your brain generates thousands of thoughts daily like a never-ending factory. And just like any factory, not each product is a perfect one. Take this example. Preparing to give a presentation comes to mind. Suddenly, fear starts to flood in. You'll forget everything. They will doubt you. You should just cancel. It's time to question the voice inside your head and focus on what truly matters. If you wholeheartedly accept these thoughts without any doubt, anxiety will only continue to grow. But mindful minds actively question their fears. A. Is this seemingly inaccurate prediction indeed guaranteed? B. What solid evidence supports it? C. Did I thoroughly prepare? Frequently, the answers reveal crucial details. The fear is merely an overestimation. Furthermore, when you expose this overestimation, the fear weakens. Negative thoughts often act like persistent bullies. They thrive on maintaining silence and cultivating belief. But when you confront them calmly and mindfully, they tend to shrink. A practical strategy that can be implemented. Whenever a destructive thought appears, identify it and label it clearly. This is fear speaking. This is merely doubt, not reality. Then purposefully replace it with something more positive. I am highly capable of learning. I can confidently handle mistakes. I can persevere under pressure even if I feel apprehensive. You cannot control every negative thought. However, you can resist surrendering entirely to it. By doing so, you gain immense power. See the future before you are living it. Close your eyes for a brief moment. Visualize the life that you genuinely desire, not a lofty, abstract vision. Instead, picture it in detail. You awaken with energy. You successfully accomplish meaningful goals. You confidently stand before others. You genuinely support the people you surround yourself with. You are someone others look up to and admire. This mental imagery is not merely a fantastical construct. It's a training exercise. It's named visualization, and when you activate your vivid imagination, your nervous system becomes more adaptable. Your behavior starts resembling the person you create in your mind. Let's apply this in a practical manner. Suppose your aspirations to become fluent in English. Instead of saying, "I want to improve," create a mental scene. Each morning, close your eyes for a total of 2 minutes. Imagine speaking English effortlessly. Visualize a job interview scenario, answering questions smoothly. Envision standing on a stage, expressing your views clearly. Feel the assurance in your body. Notice the surroundings. What are you wearing? Who is listening to you? What emotions fill the room around you? The more vivid the image, the stronger the impact on you. As you consistently practice this visual rehearsal, your nervous system begins to adjust. Your behavior starts aligning with the person you visualize. Let's use this strategy daily. Morning and night, focus on the future you want to manifest. See it vividly. Feel it deeply. Step into it wholeheartedly. Because your mind moves towards the images you consistently create and refine. We're reaching higher levels now. Focus on what you're aiming to achieve. Thought control. Mental imagery. Each layer reinforces your control over your inner world. There's a fundamental principle that's quietly shaping every life. Your mind cultivates the individual you consistently envision. Thoughts are not merely harmless background noise. Instead, they are blueprints. What you reiterate mentally becomes the direction your life naturally follows externally. If your inner world is primarily filled with uncertainty, hesitation gradually grows. If your inner world is abundant in possibilities, action becomes easier and more natural. This is the reason mastering your thoughts is truly not optional. It's indispensable. And that leads us to something most individuals rarely consciously do. Cultivate clear instructions. Allow me to ask you a straightforward question. If you step into a car without consciously choosing a destination, where will you ultimately end up? Probably nowhere that has a meaningful meaning to you. Yet numerous people each morning begin their day without any mental direction. They allow the day to push them around in whimsical ways. And when life feels chaotic and uncertain, they ask themselves why they feel so insecure. Your mind demands leadership. Without the right guidance, emotions can easily take over and control your decisions. With the right guidance, emotions follow a structured path. And that is precisely where intention becomes an incredibly powerful force. An intention is not merely a wish. Instead, it's a command that you give your attention. Instead of drifting toward the day by merely scrolling through your phone, consider starting with a purposeful statement. Today, I remain calm under pressure. Now, when tension arises, your brain automatically recognizes the mission. It adjusts your reaction in a way that is more conducive to achieving your objectives. Or consider a statement like this. Today, I complete meaningful work. When distractions surround you, your mind filters them differently. Intentions function as an internal compass. They align your actions and behaviors with your most important priorities. Here's a simple and practical ritual. Each morning, write down exactly 1 to 3 focused intentions. For example, I treat myself with patience today. I take one crucial step toward my goal. I respond thoughtfully and without reacting emotionally. Speak those intentions out loud. Feel their weight and presence, because your mind is remarkably receptive to the instructions you provide, and your mind will immediately begin to obey the directions you consistently repeat. Consistently. 13. Discipline is freedom unmasked. A lot of individuals tend to misunderstand the concept of discipline. They imagine it as a burden. But discipline is not punishment. It is liberation. It is the skill of identifying long-term success over short-term pleasure. There will always be days when motivation is undermined. You set out to work hard, meditate, and begin your day. But your inner voice gives you, lay off today. Let's grab some sleep. If you let go, the immediate satisfaction feels soothing, but then it arrives the frustration and self-loss. But imagine a different behavior. You get up and say, I am not bound by promises to myself. No drama, no negotiation. Simply take action. Within that moment, something incandescent comes to life. Trust in yourself. Discipline is achieved through these quiet victories. Every time you choose to persist despite obstacles, you impart a brand new identity. I am someone who goes for it. An identity shapes conduct faster than motivation ever could. Comfort collapses when it consistently prevails. Purpose strengthens when it is honored. With discipline, emotions cease being your puppet. They become signals, not dominators. Return to the present moment. Now we arrive at a skill that transforms every hour of your day. Mindfulness. Take a closer look at your daily life. You eat a meal, but the remnants of an argument from last week return. You sit with loved ones, but you're preoccupied with tomorrow's tasks. Your body's engaged. Your attention is scattered. This triggers a unique feeling of emptiness, as if life is passing without you. Mindfulness is the practice of re-entering back into this breath, this sensation, this exact moment. It doesn't imply cutting off thoughts. Instead, it means noticing them without getting swept away. Right now, try something simple. Feel your breathing. Notice the air coming in and leaving. Sense the weight of your body where you sit. Listening to the noises around you without categorizing them. For a few moments, you are definitely present. That is mindfulness. And when practiced consistently, it rewires how you deal with stress. Instead of being captivated by past mistakes or future uncertainties, you anchor yourself in what is genuine and manageable this present moment. This present moment is the only realm where action becomes attainable. It's where peace thrives. It's where choices are made. It's where life is genuinely experienced. Training your attention to persist there consistently forms a steady mind, and a steady mind crafts a steady existence. We turn to the deepest levels now: direction, discipline, presence. Each one reinforces your control over your inner world. Most of us are pretty busy with 3 things happening all the time. We're right here, right now. Our minds are stuck in the past, and our worries are about the future. That busy, split-up attention takes its toll. And stress can really mess with learning. But when you really pay attention to this very moment right here, right now, your brain goes into its supercharged state. It's super attentive, super quiet, super into what you're doing. This is why being present is such a big part of learning English. When you're fully alive in the moment, you notice so many things. The rhythm of the words, the kind of voice, the little sounds between each word. Your attention becomes incredibly sharp. Your mind is calm and quiet. You can really listen and learn better. Your stress is gone. A calm brain is a super quick learner. So here's how you can get better at being present in your daily life. Whenever you eat, only do that one thing. No more checking your phone. No more social media. Just enjoy every bite. This really helps your mind focus while you're studying. Whenever you walk, really feel every inch of the ground beneath your feet. Observe the colors of the world around you. Let your breathing just happen naturally. Through this, your sense of awareness is trained. The same awareness that helps you notice English words so clearly. Whenever you come across English words that are hard, just take 3 slow breaths. Each breath reminds your nervous system, hey, you're safe. You can learn. And when someone speaks English to you, don't need to prepare a response. Just listen, dive in, then talk back. Your talking becomes smoother when you listen first. Now, try it out by imagining yourself having a conversation in English. Imagine it this way. You relax. You've only got to do this one thing. Just listen. Relax. And then talk back. It's not about getting it right every time. It's about listening first. Of course, being perfect is not the goal, but it makes sense that learning needs to happen in the present. And it doesn't need to be about getting it perfect. It can become enjoyable with just focusing on listening and learning. This tiny shift can change your whole relationship with English forever, because stress is in the past. Regrets are in the past. Everything happens only now. You don't need to be perfect. Meditation. Resetting your mind from within. Deepening. Mindfulness during activity is meditation. Consider it mental hygiene. Like body cleaning, your mind needs this daily practice. It's accessible for everyone with busy minds. Emotional weight or constant pressure. Its power lies in slowing emotional storms, clearing mental clutter, centering energy, and reconnecting with authentic self. Picture a difficult situation, a difficult day, hurt from someone saying something. Without pause, thoughts spiral. To choose differently, you find quiet for 5 minutes. Close your eyes, breathe steadily, observe your thoughts without chasing or acknowledge the hurt. Gradually, intensity decreases. Your mind becomes clear. This is meditation in real time. For English learners, benefits are extraordinary. Tired before speaking? Meditation calms your voice. Embarrassed by mistakes? It fosters self-kindness. Feeling stuck? It strengthens resilience. Start with 2 minutes daily. Gradually, expand to 5 or 10. No music or perfection required. Just honesty and stillness. Without meditation, your circumstances remain unchanged, but it changes you and your experience. Discover the quiet truth. You're feeling too busy to meditate, seek it most. 15. Writing. Turning pain into strength. Write honestly with a focus on healing. This practice turns writing into a transformative conversation with yourself. No audience, no judgment, only truth. Start with daily paragraphs. One about your struggle, one about your strength. Over time, these pages become a powerful proof of transformation. They show your resilience, evolving story, and personal English language.